Good morning and welcome to episode 9 of the Colorado Municipal League Statehouse Report. You're probably wondering, who is this person that's actually talking to me? I haven't seen them in the last few weeks. I'm Legislative Advocacy Manager Megan Dollar. I've missed the last 2 episodes due to illness, but I'm happy to be back this week, and I'll get us started off by talking about House Bill 20-1287, the Colorado Rights Act. This bill created a Section 1983-like action at the state level and removed qualified immunity. CML opposed this legislation amid concerns that the bill would open up local governments to a substantial amount of liability. The bill sponsor, Representative Matt Soper from Delta, asked the committee at the beginning of the hearing to have the bill postponed indefinitely, effectively killing the bill. In an unusual move, the committee took testimony for several hours before ultimately voting to postpone House Bill 20-1287 indefinitely. CML did testify in opposition. Next is House Bill 1044, which was heard on the Senate floor last week. This bill made several changes to the Fire and Police Pension Association's statewide defined benefit plan. Our largest concern revolves around the 5% employer increase in the bill. This is a significant unfunded mandate for municipalities currently in the plan. CML had hoped to find a compromise that would allow municipal employers at least a say in the contribution increase. Unfortunately, the proponents did not accept our offer, and the bill passed the Senate and is headed to the governor's desk. CML will ask Governor Polis to veto this legislation. Finally, I want to talk about CML's initiated legislation, House Bill 20-1351, which clarifies that inclusionary zoning for new rental developments is not a form of rent control, which is otherwise prohibited by state law. The bill will effectively overturn the Telluride decision. For local governments, this is a step forward to provide a necessary tool for our municipalities in order to expand the supply of affordable housing, which there is a crisis and lack of right now. The bill was introduced last Friday and was assigned to the Transportation and Local Government Committee. That's all for my bills this week. We'll see you next time, and have a great week. Thank you. Bye.
Good morning and happy Monday. On Wednesday afternoon, House Bill 1151, which would expand the authority of transportation planning organizations for the purposes of streamlining regional transportation infrastructure and maintenance improvements, will be up in the Transportation Committee. While CML has supported local and regional transportation solutions in the past, our Board and Policy Committee has chosen to remain neutral on this legislation and continue to focus on working toward a statewide solution to solve our state's long-term infrastructure challenges. That bill is scheduled to be heard before the House Transportation Committee this Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. And speaking of finding a solution for transportation funding, which has consistently been a top priority for both parties and the general public, we have yet to see a comprehensive bill introduced this session that would provide the kind of funding necessary to solve the state's congestion and maintenance issues. On Saturday, we officially hit the halfway mark for the 2020 legislative session. So we effectively have about 2 months left for Democrats and Republicans to put their differences aside and make the difficult decisions necessary for the state on this important issue. While we have yet to see any serious proposals put forward in the form of actual legislation, CML will continue to remain hopeful, and we will keep you updated on this important issue. Thank you and have a great week.
Hi everybody, Brandy DeLang here with the Colorado Municipal League. I have a couple of bills to go through today, so let's get started. I have good news. We have killed a bill. House Bill 1282, the radio encryption bill, was PI'd in committee last week, and I want to make a specific shout out to the cities of Aurora, Greenwood Village, Louisville, and Westminster for all coming down and testifying in opposition to the bill. It was a close vote, but we got it out, or more specifically, we were able to kill it. So I expect that we'll probably see another version of this bill again at some time next session. I might even suggest that it happens again this session, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that that doesn't happen. The next bill I want to highlight is House Bill 1293. This was is the emergency telephone surcharge. If you recall, CML was in a position of support if amended because we had some concerns about high high-cost mechanism support dollars being used for wireless providers, but that's since been amended out of the bill, and so now CML is in a support position and will continue to be testifying in support of the bill. It still has to go through several committees, but I expect that it'll have a fairly straightforward process with it. And then also we have another bill to cover, and that's House Bill 1001. We've discussed this a while too. This is the nicotine regulation bill that increases the age to 21 and sets up a licensing system that would work in tandem with all of our local licensing systems. We expect that it will be heard today on second reading in the House, and doing some preliminary vote counts I think will be just fine. I do also expect though that we'll see a second reading amendment that will create a delivery system for nicotine products that will mirror somewhere along the lines of the liquor delivery system that is already established. And then the last bill I want to cover really quickly is House Bill 1137. This is the broadband underserved, unserved bill, the certification bill. It's now made it over to the Senate, and it will be heard today in committee as well, and CML will be testifying in support of that bill. I also expect that that bill will have a fairly straightforward process in committee, but there is a few unknowns with some of the committee members as well as members of the floor, so we'll watch that one go through and testify in support of it like always. If you have any questions, reach out.
Hi everyone, I'm going to talk about 3 bills today. First, House Bill 1119, State Government Regulation of Perfluoroalkyl Substances. This bill is being heard in the House Energy and Environment Committee today at 1:30. Faced with continuing concerns from the water community and the sponsors of the bill, and the announcement from the EPA on their intention to set standards for drinking water and wastewater around PFAS, we expect that CDPHE will remove sections 2, 3, and 5 of the bill today in committee, which gave them rulemaking authority and the ability to set up an enterprise fund for PFAS. The bill will now be limited to section 1, which deals with when PFAS substances may be used for firefighting testing in certain aircraft hangars, and Section 4, which requires the Solid and Hazardous Waste Commission to set up a registry for any facility or fire department that possesses PFAS, so they can better understand where those substances are. So the second bill is House Bill 1308, Non-Substantive Email and Open Meetings Law. CML is supporting this bill because it clarifies in statute what email exchanges are not subject to open meeting law requirements if they don't relate to public business or pending legislation. So examples in the statute include emails about scheduling, responding to a constituent inquiry, forwarding information, and posing a question for later discussion by the body. CML is supporting this bill, and we will be testifying in support at the House Transportation and Local Government Committee on Tuesday. Finally, House Bill 1318, Standards for Recording Plats. This bill allows clerks to receive and preserve original plats for recording in an electronic format. Currently, clerks can only receive plat information on Mylar. This bill just updates the statute to allow for electronic submission and retention. It's important to note that it doesn't require that, but it does allow it. So CML is supporting this bill, and it's up in the House Transportation and Local Government Committee on Tuesday, where we will be testifying in support. That's it for me. Have a great week, everyone.
That's all for CML Statehouse Report this week. Have a great week, and we'll see you in episode 10. Thanks. Bye.